So, can you apply for your citizenship if your 10-year green card renewal is still pending on Form I-751? This question is one of the most common questions I've been getting in the past few months. Very confusing. Let's talk about it and find the best way to move forward. Hello everybody and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is where we explain complex immigration matters in short, simple videos. We make immigration easy. In this video, I want to address a very common question we've been getting from our YouTube viewers, but also from our clients, whether you can apply for citizenship if your application to renew your green card, your conditional green card, that is now pending on Form 751 for 2, 3 years, sometimes 4 years is still pending. Can you apply for citizenship? We'll address this. We'll tell you what's the best way to move forward and also give you an example of one of our clients that went through this process and was successful. Before we do that, if you're here for the first time, make sure you watch this video all the way until the end and subscribe to our channel right now so you don't miss any of our new videos and our premieres that come in the channel every week. So, should you file for your citizenship if your application to remove your conditions on your green card is still pending on Form 751? Now remember, Form 751, application to remove conditions, are now being extended after you file this Form I-751 for about 4 years. It means that USCIS expect that these cases could be pending for 3, 4 years, maybe even longer because of their backlog. But you know, as a green card holder, let's say you're married to a US citizen, you're eligible to apply for your citizenship 3 years after receiving your first green card, your conditional green card, which means that while your application for 751 is pending, you could be eligible to apply for citizenship. And why wouldn't you? The elections are coming close and people want to be able to vote. Maybe you want to sponsor your family members overseas and you cannot do that as a green card holder. Maybe you want to apply for a government job that specifically requires your US citizenship. There's so many benefits to becoming a US citizen, and now you're stuck waiting for this Form 751 to be adjudicated. What do you do? Well, let me give you an example. We have a client who is a Canadian citizen. He was working in the United States on a TN visa, and then while he was working in the United States, he met his US citizen spouse and he got married, converted his TN to a green card based on the marriage, and because they were married less than 2 years, he got a conditional green card for 2 years. And of course, 90 days before the 2 years expired, he filed an application to remove the conditions on his green card. And he got his extension for 24 months because at that time they were only giving extensions for 24 months. Now they're giving those extensions for longer. And he was just waiting. Months went by. Over 24 months, he had to go to USCIS and he had to get an extension on his receipt of renewal for another year. And he did so for another year. Now he's pending for over 3 years. He really wants to apply for his citizenship. He wants to bring his parents over here. They're getting older. So he contacted my office and we applied for his N-400 form application for citizenship. And 8 months later, he was called for an interview. Now, his Form 751 was still pending. So what we did, we came prepared for a double interview. An interview on his 751 bona fides of his marriage to prove that he's still with his wife, that they're living together, there was a real marriage, and preparing for the interview for the N-400. So we came prepared for 2 interviews at the same time. And this is what happened. He arrived for the interview, the officer realized that his 751 was pending, he still interviewed him on the 751, adjudicated it at the time of the interview, and then also conducted the N-400 interview. Recommended approval of both 751 and the N-400. And within 30 days, he was approved for his N-400 as well as his application for removal of conditions. And then he was scheduled for an oath ceremony the month later. There was a little bit of delay because they had to check the file, but it was worth it because he was approved both for 751 and for his N-400. Conclusion is that if you're pending for 751, you may want to file for your citizenship. However, if you have issues with your 751, if you're now divorced, if you're separated, if there's issues with the bona fides of your marriage, be very careful about filing for N-400 because if they're not going to be able to adjudicate your I-751 at the time of the interview, you will be delayed both on your removal of conditions as well as your citizenship. It's a risk. In our case, it worked. Therefore, it's important to speak to a qualified attorney who can determine if you should file for citizenship or wait. Once again, if you need help with your case, removal of conditions, citizenship, or any immigration matter, send me a text, 619-483 4549. I'm here for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.